So I was in the shower, I was cleaning my ass and making all sure it's all sparkly, spanky clean.
I'm not the funny one, I'm the pretty one.
Cock shots. I just checked myself out.
Candles, music, wine, and then lube up and get on top.
The glory hole's like like dick theater. I've imagined your friend.
Which means your pants had better come off. Mama needs playtime.
We're not sluts.
We just love love. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Angela.
And this is Bradford.
And you're back for another week of By the By.
Yes, and once again, we have a special guest with us, and we would let him say his name, but he's not here right now. We're doing an intro for our show.
Yeah, this was a show that was pre-recorded when the gentleman was around.
Yeah, so all you fans of the gentleman, hey, this is my show too. I'm kidding.
So we had a listener who wrote in and said that we talk about cock rings a lot, which, you know, they come up every now and again.
Oh, they're not the only things that come up.
But they wanted to know how to take a cock ring off, because we talk about cock rings, what they're like to wear. We've even talked about how to put them on, maybe not so much about how to get them off. So we have dedicated this entire episode to cock rings.
To the cock ring. The humble cock ring.
Yes.
Look, and the gentleman had never used a cock ring, so we invited him on and let him play with them. Now, admittedly, this is probably one of those things that would better be suited for video. But we're not that kind of a show. So you're going to hear us talk about cock rings, about different styles and types of cock rings, and what our advice is for using cock rings. But you're not going to be able to see us as we are literally standing there naked, putting cock rings on and off.
Yeah. It was kind of entertaining at times.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We tried. So if you are in the Sydney area this Friday, please come join us at the Pendulum Party at Our Secret Spot. It is Pendulum Party number 11. You can find tickets for that on oursecretspot.com.au. You can get tickets there.
Yeah.
And,
We also have another momentous occasion, something that happened this past week. Do you know what it is that we need to talk about?
No, I have no idea. What happened? What happened that was so momentous?
Well, we were having a conversation with the bedhoppers. And
as we often do.
I have no idea how it came up. I don't really recall at the moment. But somehow you got this wonderful idea that what if I could unlock my phone not with my fingerprint, but with my penis. So then you went down the lovely, lovely path of, can I use the head of my penis as a fingerprint to unlock my phone?
Spoiler alert, you can.
But there are some caveats.
So, wait, let me tell my version first before you tell the truth.
Sure.
Don't spoil the listener's experience with the truth. Listen to what Bradford has to say. So look, the question was, as it so happened, we often will talk to the bedhoppers because they're in fucking jolly old England. Jolly old England. And we're either naked in bed or they're naked in bed. And just so happens they were calling us during a time that we were naked in bed. And as we were chit-chatting through our video Skype, I started wondering, I was unlocking my phone and taking a glance at it, and I was like, wonder if I could do this with my penis. That would make life so much easier. And so...
Would it actually be easier or just more fun?
Shut up, woman. Don't take this from me. And so I started thinking, what if I could do this? And then I asked the group, and everybody mocked me, except for Mr. H. Mr. H said, God damn it, Bradford. If you can do it, then you can take the country. I don't know.
Why does he sound Scottish and...
Well, in my mind, he was all Mel Gibson Blueface.
Okay.
And he was like, you can't take away my freedom. I don't know. He really wasn't, because he's not Scottish. He's very British. So he was saying this, like, you can do it, Bradford, you can do it. And I was like, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So I laid the head of my cock against the little thumb thing on my iPhone. And I did it. And it said, do it again. I was like, oh, yeah. So I did it again. And it said, do it again. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I did it again. And it was like, do it again. And I was like, look, bitch, I can only do it so many times. Like, seriously, how many more times? And it was like 6. And it said, okay, I've got it. Now reposition. I was like, ugh. Like typical woman, right? You're like, I'm getting my groove on. And you're like, no, roll over. Anyway, so I did it 8 more times. And then I unlocked my phone.
That's not entirely true.
It felt entirely true.
So first you did it with just laying the head of your penis on the fingerprint thing. So it was like the side of the head of your penis.
I wonder if I can still do it. Keep talking.
Okay. So it was the side of the head of your penis.
Wait.
And that did not unlock your phone. That was an epic fail. But then you tried like the very tip of the head of the penis.
Yes, where my urethral eye comes out. I don't know.
Urethral opening? Sure.
It was like the eye of Saruman.
Right.
Like, here, watch.
Right. So the pants are unbuttoned.
Okay.
Excellent.
Button fly.
Right. So after teaching it with like the very tip of the penis, it did unlock. And you did it like 2 or 3 times so we could all see it. But you had to have it flat on. You couldn't have it just at a bit of an angle. That was the key. When you tried to do it at a slight bit of an angle, it did not work.
I'm still working on it. Don't.
All right.
Look,
so
but the point is, I did it on camera.
you have to. See, that's the side. It was straight on that you had to do it.
I know. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's forgotten my cock.
Basically, it can be done. It's extremely difficult. It's not an easy way to unlock your phone.
No, look.
And it's not a very sexy way, let's be honest.
And arguably, it's not very practical because the people at the bus, on the bus, were like, please, sir, just put in your code. And I'm like, but it's like 6 digits. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it can be done.
It can be done.
Mm-hmm. And if you need verification, the bed hoppers they both saw it. I did it on video screen. Mm-hmm. Nobody recorded it because that wasn't part of the game. But it can be done.
Yeah.
I'm very proud.
So that was our revelation for the week.
The struggle is real. What if you didn't have fingers? What would you do then, Angela? I should try my nose. Oh my
God! You tried your nose. Remember, you tried your nose first, and that didn't work. So then you went to your penis.
It's a true story. That sounds. The story checks out.
A toe. I don't know.
Oh my God! I should try my toes.
Your toes will work. We know that. That's boring.
I wonder if my taint can do it.
Oh God!
I'd have to spread them. What if I got my whole brown starfish on it?
Right.
Like just sat my ass right on it. My God, if my phone could lick my ass, I would not need you. I'm
pretty sure that your phone cannot recognize... I don't think you can be consistent enough for it to recognize it enough times to teach it.
Not with that attitude. We'll talk about this next week.
Anyhow.
When my chocolate starfish tries to unlock the phone.
Right. So moving on to cock rings.
Right.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we're going to...
put my pants back on.
Yeah, so we're going to let you listen to our... cock ring explanation with a gentleman and his exploration with such.
Ooh. Naughty.
Yes. So here you go. Okay, so we had a question from a listener, and we've talked a lot about cock rings over the years, right?
Yes.
We've mentioned cock rings many a time.
It's weird to say over the years, but yes.
I don't know what it's weird to say. That's why I hesitated. I was like,
over the
cock rings over the ears.
Over the ears? Cock rings over your ears?
Well, if you're a dickhead.
God.
Well, yep. And we've got the gentleman here with us.
Okay, but the listener wrote in, and they said, in one episode, Bradford was talking about cock rings, and it made me think that I would like to introduce this to my sex life. Since this would be new to me, I'm wondering if you could suggest what sort of cock ring I should use, brand, size, material, etc. Also, it was described how to put it on in the podcast, but nothing was said about how to get it off. How do we get it off, guys? Come on.
I'm on my best behavior.
Mostly with lots of jerks.
And a little bit of lube.
And some thrusting.
So, we're going to talk cock rings for a short time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I'm taking off the
Okay.
insulin pump so I can demo as well.
Wow.
We're
all
actually
right.
gonna because the gentleman has also expressed a desire to try cock rings.
Yes, that's right. I never have.
No.
I know you have, Bradford.
Yes.
And I've always had a willingness to try new things, and why not?
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I have something right here in my pocket. I always carry a cock ring.
Oh, wow.
And I say that jokingly, but I literally always carry a cock ring. Always. Not when I go to work. But if we're going out on a date or something, I'll have a cock ring in my pocket.
Right.
Along with condoms, cock rings always come together.
Yeah, those are always in the go bag.
No, Angela's come over to
I'm
this
coming
side.
over to this side.
Wow.
Because I want to be here when we're demoing this on this side.
Yeah.
For the gentleman.
So I will show you how I put it on.
Okay, so what we're looking at is a
Standard silicone.
silicone.
Yep.
I'd say maybe, how big do you think? Is inch and a quarter? Inch and a half?
In diameter,
Yeah,
yes.
diameter.
I don't know what that is in
35 millimeters?
circumference
40
out.
millimeters?
Yeah. And I would say it's probably 6 millimeters in diameter, or
Yeah.
the thickness of the ring
Yep,
itself.
yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my favorite ring.
Uh-huh.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh God, I'm going to keep you around. And take the old pants off. So I did notice something about these underwear that I was wearing today. Look, I have a hole in my underwear, dear
You are
Liza.
getting
dear
holes
Liza.
everywhere.
Everything I have has holes in it.
Fix it.
Well, the holes are all in the junk.
I know, right?
yeah.
All right. Take
It's
this
the
off.
pressure of the cotton
and then
from holding that bad boy in place.
as he stands here in front of his microphone, pants on the floor. So stretch it out as far as you can.
Okay.
Balls go in first, then the shaft, and then there you go. So
basically, you stretch it out just a bit wider than the balls in the shaft. So
Yes.
flaccid penis, first of all.
yeah. Oh yes, that's very important.
Yes, so soft,
Yeah.
flaccid penis.
Yes. Some people also like a little bit of lube. I don't, but
Well, I was
you do
about to
you.
say that went on quite easily, really.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
everything goes on this cock
Practice.
easily. Look, now I'm naked.
like-
Woo, I win.
But let's describe again
Sorry.
for people.
Okay.
So you stretched
take
the
it off.
silicone cock ring out.
Yes.
It's actually quite stretchable.
Feel
It's
it,
quite
feel it.
pliable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it stretches
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you stretched it out just a bit wider than your balls and your cock, and then just kind of went up from the bottom and pushed the balls in first, followed by the cock.
And then
Yeah.
you just adjust it to where it feels good.
And with the soft cock, you can do that.
And admittedly, this one is loose. I can get another finger in here. This is one of my, I call this my push-up bra cock ring because it lifts everything up and everything out. So if I take it off again, and folks, I'm taking it off by just putting my thumb in one side, my two fingers on my
Because
left hand.
there's space to get your fingers in underneath.
Yeah, and I'm pulling it right off. So
So
I hang down.
So you're basically just stretching it back out, and the opposite of how you put it on. So stretch it
Yes.
out really wide and pull it down over your junk. Again, flaccid penis.
And also silicone. You can't do this with metal
Right.
or ceramic. And I will say flatly, if your first time with a cock ring, you want a silicone cock ring. Why? Let's say you choose a metal or ceramic one, and it's your first time, and you don't know the actual size, and you put it on, and you can't get it off. That's going to be a really fun conversation in the emergency room.
Yeah.
And they're going to use one of those little things that they cut rings off of people where it's going to cut through, and as soon as it cuts through, it knows and it stops cutting.
Right.
Do you really want to risk that near your
That's
genitals?
still scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And the silicone ones come in various sizes, various, like, as far as diameter goes, they come in different widths, all different colors. So silicone ones can be a lot of
yes,
fun.
I've got my Pride set, which is every color of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. So, again,
Now, when you buy them, do they normally come in sets, or you can just buy them individually?
Yes.
yes, to both of those.
Oh,
You
okay,
can buy
right.
them individually, and they do come in sets. Like
Right.
this one comes in a set.
So, do you think as a first timer with a cock ring, it would be easier to buy the set
Yes.
so you can decide?
Yes, and oftentimes there'll be a set of maybe 3, so there'll be different sizes, so you can try the different sizes and see what works best for you.
There's
Okay.
also ones that are they kind of clip together.
Right.
So think of it like almost like a zip tie, but it's much easier to undo.
Right.
Yeah.
So you zip it together, and then you can judge the size. How tight do you want it?
okay, right.
And then at the same
So it's a variable size.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be like a drawstring, like imagine a bolo tie.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So imagine that. It's that kind of connection.
Right.
And then the extra strings hang down beneath your legs. It may be something that's a buckle, so it wraps around your junk and you buckle it in. It may look like a watch band where it's got a little peg and a bunch of little holes and you've got to hit the peg in the hole.
Okay.
So The variation of cock rings is almost as varied as vibrators for women.
Right.
There are some that have little extra bits and bobs, which we'll see in a second. Oh yeah, now we got music.
Oh, yeah.
That's your phone, isn't
That's
it?
my phone, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
And this is why we
This is why we put things on silent.
this is why we ask the
Damn it.
theater.
So yeah, there's a big variety of cock rings out
Yes.
there, and I think what's interesting is just all the different kinds. Whether you're looking at the silicone, whether you're looking at the metal, also some of the different ones that we have to show you, gentlemen, here shortly.
Yes. And I will, again, just reiterating this one more time. I know we already talked about it. If you're going to try one for the first time, always make sure it's easy for you to take off,
Yeah.
not that you might need help. So do not start with steel or ceramic.
Would you suggest starting larger and then moving down to smaller? Because
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And I know
as well.
and I know that we've talked about it, and we'll touch on it again. But just it can always use reiteration. Is that if it's a tight cock ring, so if it's a bit smaller, you're only meant to keep it on for about 20 minutes.
Yes.
The one that we have right now is
This one.
one that it's quite loose.
I mean, it's very loose.
Yeah, and so Bradford can wear this one for a couple of hours,
Yeah.
many hours going around the club.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't restrict blood
Right.
flow. All this one is, it's a push-up bra.
Yeah.
It takes things up and pushes them out. You can see it's up and out right now.
yeah,
You can see.
it's a big difference.
And then you take it off and it's down and sad. Oh, sad penis. Oh, no.
But you do have smaller ones that you'll wear to restrict blood flow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In those, what happens is blood comes in, blood doesn't exit the penis.
Not as much comes out.
as quickly. So much like when you were a kid and you put a rubber band on your thumb, it turns blue, then it turns black, and then it falls off. Not your thumbs, hopefully. If you did that, then you did it wrong. But the same thing for your penis. So blood comes in, it doesn't escape as quickly, so you maintain an erection. Because in case you don't know this at home, you don't have a bone in your penis, even though it's called a boner.
Right.
Because some primates do have bones. So, many of them that come in sets. The reason they come in sets is they're meant to be worn as a set. One goes around the balls.
Oh.
One goes around the cock and balls. One goes around just the shaft of the cock.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So that's typically what it is. Some people like that sort of that separation in that pull. Me personally, I like it because it's 3 different sizes. I've got wee, not so wee, and freaking huge, and
Right.
it just feels different.
Right.
So I brought a surprise for you.
Ooh, I love surprises.
Yes, I brought my whole stack of cock rings.
It's a
Wow.
variety of cock
Oh my
rings.
God.
And when I say variety, I mean variety. So like this one. This is 3 rings that look like a snowman sitting on top of each other. Again, silicone. With a nice long,
Devil's tail, it looks like.
well, it's a butt plug.
Right.
So it's a giant butt plug too. This thing is fucking giant.
Yeah.
I actually would not insert this.
Right.
Because it's beautiful to look at, but it was one of those in the store. They always look smaller in the store, the butt plugs.
Yeah.
But that's a different episode.
TVs are the same way.
I know, right?
TVs and butt plugs, people.
So this gets inserted anally, and then this is one of the ones where it is cock and balls, just balls, shaft.
And
Okay.
all
Vice versa.
three...
So-
How do you... Okay, right.
That,
Bottom one goes on first, then just the cock, and then
around the balls.
Yeah.
and then around the balls.
So all
this-
3 of those are hooked together.
and that goes in...
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, right. Okay, that goes in your ass.
yeah.
Or it just hangs like a pendulum. Ooh.
And
Donk.
that looks painful.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
That's exactly what it is.
So there you go.
Okay.
It's not painful. It's actually
No,
quite-
I mean with the way you were slinging the...
Oh no, it's
around.
actually that
Okay.
feels good as well. Okay, so you've got there.
Okay.
Then you've got like these.
That
This is by
looks like a silicon sleeve with a pair of balls on it.
it is.
Yep.
Basically, this is by a company called I always forget Oxballs. It's called The Sack. So the idea is that you put your testicles in here, of course. This goes up against your body, and then this one would come. This goes.
penis goes
So
through there.
basically, you have silicone. Your balls are completely enclosed in silicone.
Yes.
And then that's up against your body, and your cock goes through like a really pretty wide part.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a pretty wide cock ring. That
So
goes through.
this is more, and you see it's got the little air holes, so you can let air out, or you can put electrodes in.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So this one is much more. I don't like this. It's a very uncomfortable feeling for me.
And
Some
you-
people love it.
And you definitely need lube to put that one
Is
on.
it, is it,
Yes.
does that feel a little bit more restrictive on the testicles because it's encased like that?
Well, what you'll find is that your testicles start to swell a bit. and they fill that up. And
okay.
I mean, again, it feels good, but it's not pleasant getting on. That's my biggest issue is it's not pleasant getting on. Yes. Okay. Then we have this one, which is also by Oxballs. It is a much wider. So if you're in the States, it's about an inch thick. If you're in metric rational countries, it's about, what,
2.5
centimeters?
Yeah, 12 centimeters.
And it's got this, which is a flat tongue.
It actually looks like it should be a kitchen utensil.
I
It
know,
does.
right?
It looks like I want to poach an egg in it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, exactly. And you can, but this is for the taint. This sits on your taint, so it's a very all it is.
okay.
It's constantly
right.
pushing.
So for people at home, it basically you have the really wide cock ring bit, and then there's a little tab that sticks off of it.
So I'm assuming that that's so wide because you push your testicles through and your penis?
Yes.
And then
Okay.
the tab goes against the taint.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little lube on this one because this
you need
one, you need it getting on because you can see it doesn't stretch as much. Balls go in first, then the testicles, and then
you just sort of
right
slide
there.
it back.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then there you go. So
And then you've got that little bit of room for adjustment.
yeah, and you can see. That was my taint. So I don't like this one as much. This is actually one that I would put on you.
Right.
Which we will here shortly.
Okay.
Because like my cock's not that big, so I feel like this kind of eats up some of that space.
And also, I can see what you're saying because as wide as that is, it then takes up space that your cock could be sticking out.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
And so it's not terrible.
Yeah.
But it's also really loose. I can get 2 thumbs under it very easily. On you, I think it would fit a little tighter, and I think it'd be a little more functional. Yes. Then you've got this one. This is all beads.
So that's very similar to the first.
Yeah.
That's a silicon,
Silicone ring.
Yep.
But it has
It looks like little anal beads,
9
like little
little
tiny
beads
beads.
around
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
but there's the size
around
of
the
peas.
circle.
Yeah.
The size of peas.
Okay.
This is a cautionary tale for folks. I wore this, and it bruised me.
Yeah.
I had 9, 10 little bruises all the way around
Yeah,
my
right.
cock and balls.
Yeah.
That was not pleasant.
Uh-huh.
So, just because it looks great doesn't mean it'll feel great. Along that line, where is it?
Oh my God, there's a box full of these things.
Yeah.
And there
All
are a lot
different
of these are the
colours.
silicone rainbow pride ones here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's.
Does this one vibrate?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have
Oh,
a couple
wow.
of vibrating ones.
Oh, here's the one I was looking for. It fell off. This one I love. So this one will come back
Oh,
to
it's
some
like
of
a
those.
little dream catcher.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And you'll notice it's tiny, but holy shit does it have
It
stretch.
stretches, yeah.
But the point is, this just goes around your cock.
Oh, okay.
Nothing else.
Right.
And then as you're thrusting, it's got 3 little beads that hang off. They're weighted beads that hang off the really
they are.
thin silicone pieces.
Surprisingly, they're only little, but they're
It
quite
really
weighty.
does look like a dream catcher.
Weighty.
In doggy style, with every thrust, one of those beads is just about guaranteed to hit her clit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so as you're going back and forth,
Uh-huh.
well, I can take my finger out of there. There we go. As you're going back and forth, it starts doing this. So then it's hitting your balls on the backstroke and hitting her clit on the forestroke.
Right.
Or her taint if you're in missionary.
Right.
It doesn't do anything if she's riding you.
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
But
this,
it's adding that extra sensation.
yeah, it's just something else.
Okay.
And some things, it depends on your sensitivity. Like for me, I really feel this.
Right.
Especially when we're in doggy. I really feel this. I don't know about her, but
Yeah, doggy, I do feel it.
I like this one a lot.
And like you said, it's just a different sensation. It's not going to drive me to orgasm, but it's that kind of little pop of like, ooh,
yeah.
And yeah, it's nice to have something different. So this one is one of the vibrating ones. I think we have 2 somewhere. I don't know where the other one is. But this one, so basically this just goes around the cock. And then the other end of it, it has this big part that sticks off and kind of curves around. And that has the vibrator in it. And so that is meant to be, like if I'm riding you, then that should hit my clit.
Right.
You can also turn it around so it does hit your taint as well. But so whichever way it works, and that also is very situation dependent.
This one's by Lelo.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I hate this.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It gives a different sensation.
It's quite chunky on the top.
It is.
And it's weighty.
Yeah.
Right.
And it does, it's interesting because you do have that vibration and it is different. But again, if I'm riding you, it's not, the vibration's not consistent enough, I guess, to really get me there.
Right.
So it's kind of like, oh, it feels interesting, but it's also a bit in the way because it is big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another vibrating one. Look, if you want to try a vibrating cock ring, go and get one of these really cheap. This one is, it's still in the package. Go vibrating ring. It's a very thin silicone ring with a little bullet vibrator on the end, and that's what this one is.
Oh wow, this is. It's quite a strong vibration on that
Yeah,
one too, isn't
and
it?
Yeah.
I'm holding up another one, which you probably can't hear.
Sorry, I'm trying to turn this one off.
You've done it now. How did you turn it on?
Talk dirty to it. Oh, there it is.
Nope,
So-
nope, you're just pulsing now.
Oh,
And that's, so I will say, that's like, some of them, the more expensive ones, have different settings. This one is either on or off. And I'm holding it up against the microphone right now. It is a simple, tiny cock ring with just a bullet attached to it.
Yeah.
Again, cock and balls right there. And so this will sit on her clit.
yes.
So
If
you
she's
have-
riding you, that's the way to go.
Can
If
I
she's-
can I just say that does that also leave a bruise on you?
It does not leave. This one didn't.
No.
Because of, all the meat that I have above the, No,
Yeah.
but it's not like,
It's a tiny little bullet. It's
Yeah,
not
okay.
very big.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, as far as the vibrating one goes, I like that because it is smaller. So
Yeah.
the Lelo one has different vibration settings. It is a lot stronger vibration, but it is big and it hits enough. But again, it's not consistent enough that like the vibration's not going to get me there on its own.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Is
it's,
that doesn't look as stretchy as the others?
It's not.
It's not.
Again, it just
Yeah.
goes around the shaft.
Right.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they come in different sizes.
No, which is another flaw,
Yeah.
but that's Lelo's fault.
Yeah.
These are my Pride ones. I don't have the purple one because it goes with me in my bag, my go bag. I love this. We've got orange, blue, red, green, yellow, and a purple one. They're all exactly the same. For me, this is the exact type of cock ring that I like. It's
Yeah.
flat, so it's not you'll notice it's not a ring like all the others.
It's not.
it's
It's
not
like
rounded.
a tube.
Yeah.
It's flat
So
on
it's
the
flat
inside.
on the inside and
but
round
rounded
on the outside. Yeah, and these actually feel quite nice. It's a good grade of silicon.
Very high end. I don't know the brand. I wish I knew the brand, but it was sold as Pride cock rings, and they came as a group of 6.
Right.
I like them because they're colored, and then whatever color I want, I can have personality wise. You'll feel that they're not as stretchy as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
So this would be one. Again, balls go in first. You kind of shuffle them down,
Yep.
and then push the penis in, and then kind of give it a shake, and then there you go, and it's on. These are my absolute favorites. Angela and I won't have group sex without a cock ring on.
Yeah.
It's for me. It is anymore. It is something that it's kind of like a safety net mentally.
I like that you have a bit of glitter on the top of your penis as well.
Oh my God! It is a Pride cock ring. God only knows where
It's a
that
pride
one comes
cock. Yeah.
But I like it. These are ones that are just tight enough.
Right.
I wouldn't wear this one more than 30 minutes. But it's enough that it's like, oh, okay, this will definitely.
Okay, so can I ask so you play, you wear it for 30 minutes. How long is the refractory period? Can you take it off for 5 minutes, put it back on, or
Look, it's
I think that's very individual. I don't
Yeah.
know what the official doctor stance would be on that. But I think as long as you give your body enough time to recover, and I think that is going to be an individual thing.
I suppose until you feel comfortable
Yeah,
again?
it could be 5 minutes. It may be longer for some people, maybe shorter. I don't know. But I would say until you feel comfortable again. And again, everybody's refractory period itself is different.
It's different, yeah.
Some people's refractory period is really short, and some people's is really long. But to answer the question that the listener had about how to take it off, is you wait until afterwards when you're flaccid again. And you basically pull it off the opposite of how you put it on. So you stretch it out really wide and then pull it down over the penis and then the balls.
Yeah.
And but you have to do it when you're flaccid. If you're erect, it's not going to be.
In a scary case scenario where you're still erect and you cannot
That
get it
would have
off.
been my next
That's a
question.
scary case scenario. Again, if it's not silicone, if it is not a stretchable material, so ceramic or steel, then you're going to have to make some, is it tight enough that I have to go to the hospital and get it cut off? Or is it something that I can pop one ball out, then the next ball out, and it comes off the post? with a silicone one, take it off the balls first. And so let's. I'll do an example
Put
here.
one ball through at a time. Stretch. You can stretch it out enough to get to make that work.
Yeah.
So this one is tight. This is the first one that I showed you.
That's the smallest.
I call this one
It's thicker.
It's the same thickness as these two, but the diameter of the ring itself is smaller.
Right.
So again, this was a set of 3. This one goes around the cock and balls, just the cock is the idea.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's tight.
You know why it's tighter? It hasn't got nearly the use. That's why. These two get used all the time. This is my show one that I wear to OSS as a push-up cock ring, and then that's my play one.
Yeah, I've seen you wear that at the Sex Ed and the City classes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one is the smallest of those 3. This one is meant to just go around the shaft. But you can see I can get my shaft on it because I'm not the thickest of guys. But this I call my sort of emergency cock ring. If I really want to play with somebody and I'm having trouble maintaining, I can put this one on like a typical cock ring. It's a little harder, you can see, to get both testicles in. Yeah. And then it's fucking tight. Like, you can see, I can't get a finger under there.
I feel like that one would be one you might want a touch of lube with because it is a bit.
It's tighter. And also, just for the listeners at home who haven't seen my penis, I shave right around the edge because I've had hair get pulled
in there.
And it hurts. So I shave that little ring around the cock. I also shave my testicles, but that's a different podcast.
Just because they're beautiful.
Thank you. But like already I can feel the erection sort of building in this.
Yeah.
Because that's how tight it is. Now, let's say we can't get it off and we can't stretch it enough to get your erection, the penis out, the shaft out. So I would stretch it, I would pop one ball out, I would pop the second ball out.
So you're going from the bottom up, basically.
Yes. Yeah. And then I would take the shaft out. Yeah. That's how I would get this off if I couldn't.
Would it aid in lube with that as well?
Yeah. As long as it doesn't make you slip and snap it because you know.
Or maybe just rub lube on the balls to
exactly. So pop them out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then, in our sort of last couple, we've got this one, which is so your this goes up. It's a 3-hole, really wide. It's basically pulls the balls down, the shaft out. Again, by Oxballs. Oxballs is a great company. This is very similar to the one that coats that we had earlier with the testicles, where the testicles are covered in silicone.
It's basically the same thing minus the testicle casing.
Exactly, minus the testicle casing. And so what this does is it pulls the testicles away, stretches them down. Some guys really enjoy the feel of having their testicles pulled.
I enjoy that. Yeah.
This pulls your testicles. And so it keeps that pulling down.
Yep.
So there's that. Then you've got this one and these two little fellers.
They're tiny.
They're tiny.
They're really tight. You can hardly...
But I can get them over...
One,
it stretches so much, I can get it over my head.
Yeah, right.
I'm willing as a...
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
So this one little one is kind of ribbed all around.
Yes.
It looks almost like a bit of a little slug body.
Yeah. That was my first cock ring. But they stretch.
Is this like My Little Pony, my first cock ring?
Yeah. Yes. But they stretch like ridiculously.
It looks like a little witchy grub or something. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they do stretch. They also
So what
come
that
back
means?
quite tight.
Yes. But what that means is that for lift, absolutely. For keeping you erect, this is not going to do anything. I could wear one of these on each wrist, and I'd be comfortable. They're like bracelets.
Right.
Now they're tight on my wrists, but they're comfortable. So that's not what you would want to start with. Okay. Then lastly, we've got our two. These are my two non-stretchy versions. This one came with little tags. You can see there's a little hole in it. And they were little dog tags, and they were shaped like little puppy bones.
Is that one stainless or?
This one is steel.
Steel,
yeah, stainless steel. So you put little dog tags on it, and one said slut, one said puppy, one said chew toy, I think. I don't know, stuff like that.
If found, please return to.
Yeah. Exactly. And then this one was given to us by our friends over at Swinging Down Under at a takeover at Desire. Like, this is beautiful, this swing set one.
That's ceramic, yeah?
It's ceramic.
I'm interested to see how you get in and out of that.
I am going to lube this one up because you should always, if it's not stretchable, you should lube it up. But you pop one ball in,
That looks a lot more
So
difficult.
starting from the underside,
Yeah.
you're probably one testicle through.
And I actually might not be able to get this
This
one on
isn't very
tonight.
sexy to watch, I gotta tell you.
No, it's not sexy at all.
So you're trying to go from the bottom, one testicle at a time,
Yes.
and then the idea is to then squeeze the shaft through as well.
Yeah.
That does not look comfortable.
It's not the sexiest thing to watch. Actually, I might not even be able to get it on tonight. So again, it's a different thing because your testicles
Yeah.
swell,
Yeah.
depending on what
Yeah.
you've done with them.
And you've been putting a
And
lot
I've
of
been
cock rings on and off.
I've been putting a lot of cock rings on and off. I got one testicle through.
Do we need to suck it?
No, you do not. Thank you, though.
Can we just pretend we have to?
And then the ball, the testicle, the cock goes through.
Oh,
yeah,
it's going.
yeah,
it's
it's-
going. Wait for it.
It's like an octopus trying to get to its food in a jar.
Well, that's.
Okay, that was,
I ended up only getting one ball in. The other one
Yeah,
went in.
the other one's-
But you can,
Yeah.
So you can see, like, I love this cock ring. It's beautiful. But if you've been playing with yourself, like I have tonight, and you've got, like, let's be realistic, your testicles swell.
Yeah.
Well, and
yeah.
also, like, if you have slightly bigger testicles or anything.
Yeah, so you have to be
Yeah.
very careful with these. It's a beautiful cock ring. It is not a beginner's cock ring.
I was about
Yeah.
to say,
never.
it seems that the silicon more stretchy ones are the way
Yes.
to go for beginners,
Yeah.
and then progress from there.
Absolutely. I would never suggest anybody start with, and even like amateurs, if you've not been wearing a cock ring for a very long time, don't try with ceramic or stainless steel. Let's see if I can get the stainless steel one on. It's a little colder, so
Yeah, it's
not attractive.
It's almost like trying to put the Play-Doh
your
back in the
testicles
jar.
are quite pliable. If you just, if you can get the scrotum through first, you can sort of pop the balls through. But
I had another ball trying to escape.
It's
Yeah.
like trying to put the Play-Doh back in the jar.
It is. Yeah.
It's kind of fascinating to watch.
it is, yeah. It doesn't look enjoyable at the moment.
Waiting for the Pop Goes the Weasel moment.
Yeah. You've got
Like,
you've got one in there. Every time you put Sheila one in it pops back out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it, baby.
there you go.
Now for the shaft. Come on.
Okay, so
Squish,
you're kind of
squish.
just pushing it in by the base and popping it. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Squish the head through. Yeah.
So this one again, it's got a fingers piece of length of room. Very easy. There's lots of space in here, and really, this other ceramic one is the same way. I have a lot of space because they're about the same diameter. But this one, if I'm erect, it's not going to come off easily.
Yeah.
But now, with me not being erect,
Oh yeah.
You
Okay.
just
I
pop
can
one
just-
ball
as
As soon
out.
as you pop
Yeah.
one ball out,
Yeah,
it's
the other- yeah,
the
you're
rest
set.
takes care of itself.
so it's all about slow. You go slow, slow, slow. Lastly, again, these guys, the big one is meant to go like this
Big
around.
silicon, yep.
This is the 3 silicon ones of different diameters. The big one goes around cock and balls. The second largest goes around just the balls. And then the third largest is meant to go around just the cock. But again, until I'm erect, that's not going to really stay on.
not
It
gonna
doesn't
stay
do
on.
anything.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's not attractive. But I wear them because I think they're cool and pretty. And I
Now,
like to look
look-
cool and pretty.
Yeah.
Do they? I suppose that the three like that, it obviously feels a lot different during the actual act of sex, right?
Honestly, if you're wearing just one around the cock and balls, I don't even notice it's on there.
Right.
And I can tell you from experience, it's very funny. The perfect example is Mrs. H. The first time we played, I had a cock ring on, and she was like, "Oh my god, you've got a cock ring on!" And then later she's like, "I didn't even realize it was on until I saw it on."
And actually, that was like 20 minutes into
Yeah,
play.
that was 20 minutes into
right.
play.
Yeah.
So it is, for me, it's a psychological safety net. I know how they work. I know that they work. And for me, somebody who has performance anxiety, it's something that sort of it's
A safety net.
I know it's going to work for me. Then lastly, I will say one last cock ring. I know I said that was last. I've got one with a little bow tie on it because
Formal
anybody
nights.
who knows me, it's like a formal it's like formal cock ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, for formal nights.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to try one?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get your kit off. I don't want to be the only one
right.
naked here in my socks. wait. We have to do this very close to the mic. Yeah.
I think his zipper was longer.
Look. Well, he's also got no ass in his jocks.
Oh,
Cool. There's no camera there. I'm pointing my butt towards the microphone.
As if the microphone people can see it. All right.
All right.
So, I'm going to suggest you start with either this one or this one. You'll see they're
So-
about the same
Similar
diameter.
Both
So,
of them are large silicone ones.
of course, silicone,
Yeah.
Okay.
stretchy. So try that one on first. If you want a little lube on it, we can.
Pop the balls
One testicle,
in.
the other testicle, and then the shaft. There you go.
That was quick.
That's what she said.
That's not what you want to hear, is it?
Yeah, see? See, you don't have the problem with up and out. Yours is your junk is very nicely shaped and large.
Why, thank you.
Fucking hate you, but I love you. But you can already see though that it pushes whatever hair that you have there back.
Yes.
Which, hey, secret gentlemen, if you shave your junk, your pubic hair,
Trim.
If you trim your pubic hair, everything it's gonna look longer by.
Yeah, gives yourself a good inch.
Yeah, I know. By perspective.
Yeah.
So there's that one. I like that one. We'll put a little bit of lube on
Okay,
this.
and that comes off quite easily.
Yeah. So now you're going to try the really thick one that has the little tongue for the taint.
Yeah. The taint hole. The taint presser.
And
Taint tongue.
again,
Taint tongue.
just pull out.
Yep. First the balls. One ball.
Wait for
You know,
it.
you
I'm going to poke it.
start poking.
Don't poke it. It get hard if
Poking
you
the
start
ball.
poking it.
It's already getting hard.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just you playing with it.
Jesus, that's actually...
Stretch that bitch. Stretch it.
Pull.
There you go.
There we go, okay.
Our neighbors are
He
going, what are they
can't. He
talking
can't
about?
pull and push the testicle in at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
All
takes
right,
a
you
little
got-
bit of coordination.
It does. You'll get used to it. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah, those testicles just
They just want to pop out, don't they?
everywhere.
They're fucking obnoxious testicles.
Get in there, you little fucker.
Now I understand.
Oh, fuck. I'm not sure if I can get that one on. Okay, here we go.
Do you want assistance?
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's actually not...
It's not tight once you get it on.
It's not tight when you get it on. And it does actually feel quite comfortable.
Yeah. So for
And
you,
you're right, I don't really feel...
the taint thing.
I don't feel the same thing really
No,
at all. But
yeah.
it doesn't... I don't feel like I'm really wearing anything there, to be honest.
Oh my God, now we sound like an infomercial. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything there. So that one I like a lot. It's as I grope you. This is one that for you, I think it looks good. It does lift and push forward for someone who doesn't need lifting nor pushing forward. It does quite well. How tight does it feel?
I actually like the thicker, like that. It's what, like you said, an inchish, kind of long.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
sticking out from the
Wide.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wide from the body down the length of the shaft.
Yeah.
I actually like that on you.
And
that
it
looks good.
does push everything forward, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're still flaccid, so I mean it's still, but it's like grr,
Yeah.
Yeah.
grr flaccid.
Yeah. It's not tight.
Yeah.
I'm aware that it's there, but it doesn't feel tight.
Oh, twinsies.
No, we're twinsies. We're
Now
both
you
wearing
both
red.
have
We got the same colour.
both
Yeah.
red cock rings
Oh,
on.
look, we can cross swords. Pew, 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 pew.
What's the sound of two cocks clapping? Our podcasters just heard it.
Over the pew, pew, pew.
So yeah, that's your basic intro to cock rings.
Nice.
And thoughts initially?
Easier to get on the first black silicone one
Yes.
that I tried.
The small, like it's a smaller diameter round one, but still big. Or no, I guess it's
It's
smaller in width, but same diameter.
Yes,
Correct.
But it's
yeah.
the silicone one.
the
Yes.
girth of the silicone
Yeah,
ring.
that's what I
Yeah.
meant. Is the ring itself is smaller? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
I think
diameter.
this taint thing's not really long enough to actually
no
get to my
It
taint.
taint gonna hit the taint.
No, it taint. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I am slightly now getting erect, and it's
you can't even. I mean, part of it is you're playing with yourself, but part of it is just standing here talking about it. Again, it's restricting blood flow. Blood is coming in. The was it the cavulum cavernosa?
Corpus cavernosa.
Corpus cavernosa. There you go. It's filling up with blood, and then it's not. It's restricting the blood flow out.
yeah. It certainly pushes the balls right forward, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what this is like to have sex with.
Would you want to leave it on, and shall we? You know,
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, because you can keep that one on, or you can move back to this one
Keep this one on because
because you
it
get
was
it
hard
on.
to get off. I don't want to try to get this one back on again.
All right. So I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll pause this right now. We'll
Yep.
go back, do a little fornication, and then when we come back, you can do just a 5 second review.
Quick review.
If you're first time with a cock ring.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
All right, we'll be back.
All right, we're back.
Join Join us on The Wet Coast, a podcast about sexuality and ethical non-monogamy of every variety. We talk polyamory and swinging, monogamish and open relationships, from dirty, dirty sex to heartbreak and everything in between. We share our personal experiences and philosophy, observations and theories, what works for us, and where we fucked it right up. This isn't your average couple's Explanabrag podcast, though we definitely do a little of that. We share our adventures in open with a unique, funny, feminist, and Canadian approach. Come get wet with us on The Wet Coast.
Okay, so we're back. We've had a little bit of a play session.
We had a lot bit of a play
And
session.
before we talk about the cock ring, though, I would like to say that we had some little nipple suckers on the gentleman while he was tied to the Liberator S.
Yes.
And as,
Wearing a cock ring.
yes, and as we're sitting here and I'm getting things ready to record again, he's rubbing his nipples, and Bradford's like, "Are they sore?" And and the gentleman says,
Are they bigger or?
You went from AA cups to A cups.
Yeah.
"I just like how you're sitting here rubbing your nipples."
It sounds ridiculous, but feel that. They're like really hard and erect.
That's how your
Really?
nipples always are.
They're very hard
it?
and erect.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
you,
just shut up and sensitive.
now I just want to flick them.
I know.
You. Okay, for the record, that was all Angela. I don't hurt people. So, okay.
So,
How was, other than the whole nipple and the testicle spanking?
okay, so Cockring was, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It's when it went on, it didn't feel intrusive, which I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to feel like it didn't belong there, but it didn't feel like that. It felt out of the way. It didn't feel like it was in the way of anything.
And for the record, the cock ring that you were wearing was the one that was like 1 inch wide, and it had the little kind of taint bit on it.
Taint,
so
yes.
it was a thicker one than what Bradford tends to wear.
Yes, and it was from Oxballs, is
Yeah.
the brand.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
But it was great. I felt as though I was really rock hard, and looking at it.
Spoiler alert, you were.
You were.
But you know, I felt it, and I was really hard the entire time. And it's you're right when you said about the psychological effect of it. I felt like I didn't have to worry about maintaining an erection at all.
Yeah.
It was, it was very good.
The erection has to worry about maintaining you.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. My erection was worried about what Angela was going to do to it. That was oof.
So was the cock ring itself painful at any time?
There was just one period where you were whipping my balls.
You know, as you do. But they were.
So I have a little tiny flogger, almost like a keychain flogger that I was using on the balls.
Yeah, and because of the pain and feel of it, I think my balls kind of sucked up a little bit, and it didn't quite sit back where it was comfortable. It was slightly uncomfortable for a bit, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't to a point where I needed to stop or anything. But aside from that, it was really not in the way for me at all. But it did perform its job really well.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
taking it off once you were done?
Taking it off once I was done, once I had come and had gone down again, it was quite easy to stretch, pop the balls through, and slide it over the cock. It was quite easy.
Nice.
Yeah. I'd recommend it if you haven't tried it. Do, because it was fantastic. Really, I'm blown away by it. It was not what I thought it was going to feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything you said was right. It does sort of just present everything a lot sort of higher and push everything up, which just looks amazing, and therefore made me feel even better. You know?
Like, now
It's
it's an
a-
infomercial.
Yeah, it was great.
It's a bit of a confidence thing because it
Yeah,
does,
absolutely.
like you say, as you describe it, Bradford, as a push-up bra for your junk. It's the same thing. Like when I wear a push-up bra, I feel better, more confident because the girls are up and out, and that's well presented, and that's what you want.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can see why that would be really helpful.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
I did. Yes. Yeah.
Still rubbing your nipples.
I'm still rubbing my
I was
nipples.
going to add, this is not cock ring related, but I know that I'll forget about it. I had a very great first tonight, which was having somebody perform analingus on me while somebody else was giving me a taint and ball massage, while somebody else was going down on me while I was eating somebody's pussy, while being erotically
You were
what's it called?
asphyxiated.
Asphyxiated. Yeah, erotic asphyxiation.
You were
I was hanging off the side of the bed.
halfway hanging off the side of the
and,
bed.
and I was having trouble breathing.
It was like the Top Gun quote, you were inverted.
I was inverted. That's right. I was inverted. And I just want to say, number one, thank you to Liberator for making your wedge and making my ass so available. And number two, never have I had an experience where after sex, after orgasm, I was stuttering. Like
Yeah.
I was on the verge of convulsive fits and stuttering. It was a magical experience.
I'm
for
not
Bradford.
sure you're still Englishing well
I'm
yet.
not Englishing well yet.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Like, part of me is like, oh, I can blame the alcohol. I don't think I can. I think
No.
that I'm still having trouble forming words and breathing properly.
technically you can't blame the liquor.
Up top. And with that, we'll close.
All right, so that was the gentleman's take on cock rings. I'm pretty sure he enjoyed it.
It
Kinda sounded like it. Yeah.
Also, spoiler alert, you cannot unlock your phone with your chocolate starfish. Don't try. Your balloon knot is a balloon knot when it comes to your iPhone.
Yeah, sad face.
Now I just need to know if I can drag my balls across and get my balls to hit the numbers to properly unlock my phone. That's my next goal.
Okay, we're going to make that part of the Sex
This
Olympics.
is important. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
important. You got to be able to unlock your phone with something other than your hands. Also, I'm wondering if I can use like an erection. If I'm erect, will the ridges be more defined so that I can use the phone touch thing? I got to work on this. This is important.
Sure, go for it.
Science.
Do your research project.
I will.
Yeah,
I will. My PhD will be a PhD.
Oh, God.
I know, right? So yeah. So
Please help me out there.
So if your cock is a ringing, then you know how to put a cock ring on, and you're a happy feller,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and if you'd like to get in touch with us, give us some feedback, questions, comments, rude remarks, you can reach us by email at theatomsoflove@gmail.com.
Oh my God, is she doing all of this, or is
I
she
know.
just going to tease me?
And you can reach us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at By the By Podcast. If you would like to
Oh my God, is she just the tip, or is she going to ram the whole thing in?
If you'd shut up, I would.
Oh yeah! My God, this sounds like you and me in the bedroom. You shut up! I'll just ram the whole thing in. Well, if you'd like to,
If you'd like to support us on Patreon and keep this coming, maybe not, the Bradford side, but, at least my side.
oh, I'm coming.
Right. You can do so at www.patreon.com/bythebypodcast. If you are interested in some really sexy, geeky sex toys, which we still need to go on and do some more shopping because
bloody oath.
there are some things that I'm missing, as I just recently organized my sex toy drawers, and yeah, I'm definitely missing some things. So anyway, you can go to www.geekysextoys.com and put in coupon code BYTHEBY, and you get a 5% discount.
Yay!
Is there anything I'm forgetting?
I don't think so. I'm
right.
so impressed that you
Yeah.
got you did all that, and I'm like, now I'm extraneous.
There you are. I'm just gonna bring the gentleman back on, and then
Fucking, that guy's gonna replace me. He's gonna help me. I'm blinking for help.
yeah, sure.
People can't see that.
No, they can't. They can't.
Help me, microphone people. You're my only hope.
So thank you for joining us this week, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Mr. Pent, co-host of Life on the Swing Set, and you're listening to a Swing Set Network podcast on swingset.fm.